answering your questions about retirement. It's Money Talk with Michael Eastham.
How do I determine my risk tolerance level, and should I change it after I retire?
Well, typically your risk tolerance is going to change over your life. As you get closer and closer to retirement, you'll typically want to reduce the amount of risk that you're taking, because once you retire, you don't have the recovery time that you did when you were in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. And so you'll want to make sure that your investments are adjusted appropriately. But one way to think about the answer to this question, and the real simple one, is kind of a gut instinct. Ask yourself this question: how much money would I be willing to lose in the stock market when I'm retired? And is the answer 0%? Is it 10%? 15%? I doubt it. For most people, it's going to be much more than 15%. Because if you look at that and you say, I can't sleep at night if I know that my account value dropped by 20 or 30%, well, then you need to make some adjustments and make sure that you're allocated appropriately. So that's one way to look at it, just the gut instinct or the visceral response. Another way is to ask a different question. How much income do I need in order to make sure that my bills are going to be paid and that all my goals in retirement are going to be met? If you allocate your investments so that you're very confident that the interest and dividends and more dependable income sources are providing you the income you need on a monthly basis, and you still have some money left over, well, listen, you can take a little bit more risk with that if you're comfortable with it. You could invest a little more aggressively or more for growth. But if you don't have any more than just enough to make the income, well, then you've got to be very careful to reduce the amount of exposure to risk of loss and ensure that you have a higher amount of income. Lots of different ways in between there that could satisfy certain people, so you've got to make sure that you understand what your needs are, what your goals are, and that your investments support those needs and goals. I hope that helps, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
If you've got a financial question you'd like to have answered, click on the link below to submit your question. You may hear your answer on an upcoming edition of Money Talk.